Yo, what's up, YouTube? This is me, Fanatical for Jesus, aka Asian Dave, aka David. Just coming to you right now. Um, I just recently got a message in my inbox from um, Patsu Loka. I think that's how I say her name. I'm not quite sure, but she sent me a thing for about AMBW, like asking me some questions, and so I decided I'm gonna answer these questions in a video response. And yeah, so there's a total of 8 questions, and a lot of these questions are very generalized. So, and I can't, and I just want to let you know, I can't speak for all Asians. I can only speak for myself and the Asians that I know. That's pretty much like, so a lot of these questions are not going to be reflective of every Asian in every culture, just so you know. But like, because we're not all the same. But yeah. Anyways, so onto your questions. By the way, by the way, real quick, I just want to say thank you for your message, for your support, for subscribing to me and watching my videos. I appreciate it. And anybody else out there who subscribed to me, like, thank you too. Much love. All right. All right. So for the first question, she said, "Are black women wasting their time dating Asian men?" And my response, I said, absolutely not at all. No. I mean, yeah. I mean, I know that like our community is still pretty small and we're still growing and everything. And like, quite honestly, though, I don't think black women are wasting their time. I mean, like, I mean, if you're just asking that because you're getting discouraged because there doesn't seem to be that many Asian guys that are into black women or whatever, like don't give up hope. Just I mean, just keep your eyes open. I mean, like we are out there. Apparently, I mean, you see a bunch of us on YouTube, you see a bunch of us on Facebook and everything. Like, so you know we're out there. So I mean, and unfortunately, since most Asian, like traditional Asian guys, like FOB Asians, like tend to be more traditional and they want to respect their parents and honor their family and everything. Like they're probably gonna be too scared, so you're probably gonna have to like approach them first. But us Americanized Asians, like we'll holler at you like all day, every day. But yeah, um, all right. So yeah. So no, I don't think black women are wasting their time at all by dating um Asian guys. I mean, plus Blasian babies are the most adorable babies in the entire world. Like, I think Blasian couples like are beautiful. So yeah, just don't worry about that. Just go out there and yeah, I mean, there we are out there. So, all right. So for the second question, she said, "Are Asian men really into black women?" And that's one of the questions. I guess I can only answer for myself and the Asians that I know and everything. And like my answer is yes. Like there are Asian guys out there who are into black women. I mean, like they might like but unfortunately, a lot of like I said before, a lot of FOB Asians or fresh off the boat Asians like tend to be a lot more traditional and they still want to honor their family and everything like that. So they want to get with so they'll probably most likely want to like stay within their race and get with another Asian girl or get with a white girl or whatever. But yeah, I mean, but we are out there, so like there are tons of like for me, like personally, like I love black women. Like y'all are beautiful to me. But yeah, so and I'm not the only one, apparently. So yeah, to answer your question, yes, there are Asian guys out there who are into black women, like genuinely, not just for a sexual thing either. Which, alright, your third question. You said, personally based on your experience, do you believe that Asian men really do want to date and marry a black woman? And again, like I think I touched on this a little bit in the last 2 questions. Yes, like there are Asian guys who really do genuinely want to date a black woman and marry them. Like, and so I mean, don't like, so don't whatever, like don't give up hope on that. Like, we are out there. So yeah. There's nothing much more I could say about that. I already like touched on that enough. Alright, so then the fourth question was actually an interesting question. Like, it makes me wonder why you asked it, but do you feel or think the do you feel or think that the stereotypes of black women has Asian men not taking black women seriously or just viewing them as a sexual object? That's a really, really good question. And like, I can say, I mean, for me personally, no. Like, I don't believe in stereotypes at all. Like, I think stereotypes are for ignorant, racist people that don't really know any better. And yes, it is possible to be racist and be ignorant at the same time. Like, you're not, like, it's possible to, um, not intentionally be racist. There's such thing as unintentional racists and intentional racists. But yeah, I don't. For me personally, no. Like stereotypes don't really affect the way I look at black women, and I definitely don't look at them like a sex object. Um, I can't speak for all Asians on this topic. I mean, that you're gonna have to like tell that that's more like an individual basis. I mean, I think you'll find that in every race, though. There's gonna be some guys that only view certain women as sex objects, and then other guys who actually respect and honor women. Like, I mean, it just depends. But yeah. So, on to like for your question number five, you said, do you think it's much easier for a black woman to date Asian men in Asia? And that right there, I can actually say no. Like, and my reason for that, because some parts of Asian culture, especially like Korean culture and Japanese culture, they tend to be really, really racist, and they only stick with themselves. Like, I mean, it's getting better apparently. In like, I mean, with the rise of like K-pop and J-pop and all this other stuff. Like, I mean, it's getting better, but still, like, they still tend to like only stick with other Asians. And if you go there and you're a black girl or like or even a white girl, or whatever, like you're gonna get like dirty looks. Like, I mean, Chinese culture not so bad. Like, especially in Taiwan. Taiwan's a little bit more accepting. But even in Taiwan, it's still kind of like they only stick with themselves. So yeah, it'd actually be harder for a black woman to date an Asian guy in Asia. Here in America, I think it'd be a lot more, like there's more AMBW couples here in America than there are in Asia. I'm not saying it's not possible in Asia, like cause I've seen a couple of Asian couples, AMBW couples on YouTube that are from like Korea and Japan and China and stuff like that. So it is possible, but not as likely. Like there's more going on here in America, like specifically on the East Coast, but we are growing a lot. We are growing here on the West Coast too. So yeah. But, as for your sixth question, you said, what are Asian man's view on black people and women? Hmm. That right there, like again, I can only speak for myself, and nah, I can't speak for all Asians. Like me personally, I grew up around like pretty much nothing but black people. Like my high school was like literally predominantly black Mexican, and when I say Mexican, I'm talking about people from Mexico, not all Hispanics. But yeah, it was predominantly black, Mexican, and Asians. Like there was hardly any white people there. And yeah, and like so I don't know, like grew up around them, they're like family to me. And like like um yeah, so I actually like I hold black people in high regard. I have a lot of respect for them, and yeah, I mean, but like I know my mom personally. I mean, she's had some bad experiences with black people, so she's kind of how should I say, she's not really racist, but she's kind of she doesn't really trust black people, and I can kind of understand that, but I don't really agree with how just because she has some bad experiences with some black people, how she's gonna like say all black people are like that. Like I don't know. I love my mom like a lot, and she's an FOB Asian, so yeah. So yeah, yeah. I love my mom a lot. I pray for her every day, and yeah. But I mean, on that issue, like I kind of like I don't know. I just kind of like just don't even talk to her about it. Really. I mean, I don't even. Well, I haven't talked to her in a while, in a few years actually. But yeah. Um. Well, yeah. I mean, she does. She doesn't even know that I like black women, and but I know that eventually I'm gonna have to tell her because one day when I go visit her, and I bring home a black girl, yeah, it's gonna be interesting. But yeah, I mean, I really don't care though. I'm I'm gonna let my mom know I like who I like, I love who I love, and you're gonna have to respect that. But yeah, as for other Asians, like I don't know, I guess I kind of touched on that, like in the last question or whatever about like in certain Asian cultures like Korean, Japanese, they tend to be kind of racist or whatever. They like to stick with themselves. So I mean, I don't really see that as a view on black people, like particularly. It's just more like a view against anybody who's not Asian. I guess I don't know, but and I've talked to other Asians about that, and like I don't know, they pretty much agree with me about what I just said. So yeah, I don't know, but like I said, I can't speak for every single Asian out there. I don't know every Asian. Like I can only speak for myself and the Asians that I know. But yeah, other than that, I mean, you're gonna have to like talk to more Asians about that. But question number 7, you said, how can a black woman tell if an Asian guy is truly interested and it's not just a sexual thing? Well, way I would answer that, I mean, just talk to him. Like, really, I mean, only time will tell. Like, just talk to him, get to know him and everything. And, I mean, I do want to say, like, like, in Asian culture, like, we do value family a lot. And, like, family's a big thing. And, like, so I mean, you don't really like in Asian culture, you don't really see like how here in like American culture, whatever, how like we put such a big emphasis on sex and sexual things and doing all this like absurd stuff. Like, I mean, like you don't really see. I mean, don't get me wrong, Asians have sex. Like Asians probably have sex more than Mexicans do. Yeah. um, but like we're like little bunny rabbits, and I mean, you don't believe me? Just look at China, look at Taiwan. Yeah. But like that's not the main focus. Like here in America, and like I mean, it's the same. Like in every like America is really probably the only country that's so focused on sex. Like the sex drive here is just like so high, and it's just all about sex, 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 sex. Like everything. I mean, you see a commercial for like toothpaste, and it's advertised by using sex. Like, what does sex and toothpaste have anything to do with each other? But yeah, like so. Like if an Asian guy is interested in you, you can pretty much assume that it's gonna be genuine because like that's just how they're wired. They're wired to like for marriage. Like we put a big emphasis on family and marriage and honoring women and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, granted, like a lot of things in Asian culture, like I don't agree with how they treat women and stuff. Like, but that's besides the point, though. Like, we do, we do believe, like, Asian culture does believe in respecting women, honoring them, taking care of them, and taking care of family, being men, pretty much. So yeah, but, like, even then, like, I mean, you still have to take it on an individual basis. Like, only time will tell, like I said earlier. Like when you meet an Asian guy who seems interested in you, talk to him, get to know him, and after a while, like I mean, you'll know if he's genuinely interested in you or if he just wants you for sex. Like to be completely honest. But yeah, um, then your question number 8, you said, how can you flirt or let a coy, shy Asian man know you're interested without coming off bad? Well, I mean, like, that goes back. I mean, yeah, most Asians are pretty shy. Like, especially FOB Asians. I keep on going back to that. Because FOB Asians, it's not really that they're shy or anything or standoffish or whatever. They're just, they're, like I said, they're very traditional. They believe in honoring their family and everything. And when they grow up and their family tells them, we don't, like, we want you to marry inside your race. We want you to marry another Asian girl. And, like, that's all they hear growing up and everything. It's really, really hard for them to, if they find, even if they find a black girl attractive, it's really hard for them to go against that, go against their parents' wishes to go talk to this girl because they want to honor their parents. And if they don't stick within their race or marry a white girl or whatever, then they're dishonoring their parents, and yeah. So it's really hard for them. But I don't know, I would just tell you, like, if you find an Asian guy, wait, so unfortunately, yeah, like, with FOB Asians, you're probably gonna have to approach them first. Even with some Americanized Asians or whatever. Like, I mean, not all of us though, because like me personally, I live here in America. Like, I have no problem. If I see a black girl and I think you're cute, I'm gonna come up to you and be like, "Hey, girl, what's up?" Like, tell you that I think you're beautiful. I'm very blunt and outspoken like that. But I guess that could be partly because I grew up around black people, so I'm used to being very blunt and just out there in your face and stuff. But yeah, like, but I mean that's just the way I was raised. I'm like, so it just like really depends. But if you see an Asian guy that you think is attractive and for whatever reason like he's not approaching you, like go for it. Go to him and just talk to him. Like open up a discussion, just like get to know him and like see where it goes from there. That's all I gotta say about that. Like I don't really. I mean, you can flirt with him. Just flirt with him like you would like with any other guy, like with a white guy, Mexican guy, um, black guy, whatever. Just and like, but I mean, don't flirt with him obviously when you first talk to him. It can be kind of weird. I don't think anybody would do that. Like when you first like, hey, what's up, blah blah blah. Like yeah. I mean, get to know him first, because for all you know, he could be kind of some kind of psychotic freak or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. And I do want to say like, I am very very glad that the AMBW community is growing. Like, I just, like, but whatever happens, do not lower your standards. Just because if you see an Asian guy who may be interested in you, but he has nothing going for himself, don't lower your standards to be with him. There are plenty of other Asian guys out there who are into black women who actually have something going for themselves. So just hold your standards up. I mean, don't have your standards ridiculously high, but be realistic with it. And I mean, we are out there. And like, and the same thing goes with Asian guys out there who are seeing this video. Just because you see a black woman who might be interested in you, like, don't lower your standards to be with her. Like, if anything, like what we should do, what Asian men and black women should do, if you see an Asian guy or a black woman that's interested in you, like, bring them up to your standards. Like, help them out. Like, I mean, tell them, hey, if you want to be with me, then you're gonna have to do something. Like, because I'm not feeling that you're just sitting here on the couch watching TV all day. No, I'm not feeling that. Like, if you want to be with me, then you're gonna have to get up off your ass and go get a job or go to school or something. I mean, like, don't just be content. Be like, oh, he's an Asian guy that likes me, or she's a black woman that likes me, but all she's doing is just watching TV all day and just um not doing anything at all. Like not doing anything for herself. And she's not going anywhere. He or she just wants you to take care of them. Like I mean, I've learned a lot through past experiences and past relationships. I've had black women that I've dated who pushed me like that, and I'm forever grateful to them for pushing me like that because I'm not the same person I was before. But yeah, so like yeah, so just keep that in mind. And yeah, so I hope I answered your questions satisfactorily, or I hope I answered your questions to your satisfaction. And hey, feel free to comment below, rate this video, and let me know what y'all think of this. If you have any more questions, feel free to send them to me and ask me, and I'll answer them to the best of my ability. But now, and as always, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you, and God bless you all. Have a good day, and peace out. Deuces.